That was for the pump down the south, the GFI circuit breaker. They would put the pump in, and Fred was down there, and it wouldn't. He tested it, and it wouldn't. You couldn't test the GFI circuit on the switch, so he went down to Robinson's and got a new one. That's what that's for, inside the pump.
That's the outside pump. The outside switch?
No, the inside switch. It's inside the pump house itself, where the plug gets plugged into the outlet to run the pump.
Alrighty.
Oh, here she comes, 311. Or
Oh, yeah, there we go. Can't you read the sign that says no dogs?
hi guys.
Be good. Sit. Hey. Come over here. Come over here. Sit. Sit. Hi.
Yeah.
I need paper. I have the laptop, the iPad, but no notebook. You guys need to be very chill, okay? Sit. Stay. Sit. Get up here. Up here, come on. Get up here. Lay down. Sit. Sit. Stay. 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 Ha. Yeah, right.
Hey,
For a minute. You're gonna be good.
Do we have burial payments?
Wait, what's going on today?
burial payments.
Well, you've got burials on here that,
You want to know who got buried?
well, I mean,
Sit down.
money, incoming money.
Down.
Yeah. We had,
Down. Lay down. Down. Stay.
yeah,
Twitch.
300 and 350.
Lay down.
We'll get copies of that after. These are the bills we've got. The superintendent and a switch for the pump in the pump house. Wasn't working right.
Nice. Sorry I'm late.
Okay, so we've
14? 15?
examined the bills for the month and approved that. And we're in business with everybody present.
The time at the tone is 3.
314, 315, 314.
Are there other matters to come before us, Mr. Superintendent?
Well, we had, I had the 2 burials. And, she did some work got done in the center cemetery. They, the wall where it was
Clean
all, yeah, it was all, we had gotten hit by the car, that got reset, that's on the line.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff along that bottom wall where near the hearse house and the tomb, got all that debris cleaned up, and the big hump they took out where the stone was dumped, and then all in front of the tomb got all cleaned up and scraped, and it's got it so it's the water, it's right down to they got it right near where the rocks are, the base rock is for the tombs, for the doors and stuff. And it's got it so that the water basically goes into the middle and it'll run out towards.
Into the wall.
Into the wall or into where there's still overgrowth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they regraded to the
Yes, they
to the
regraded.
to where they stopped.
Yes. Yep.
But not so it'll run into the tombs.
Yes, they made it so it would run away and went down and found the,
Yeah,
I guess
Nice.
you call the threshold for the doors.
yeah.
So that's down to that, and they saved the little pieces that were there, the slate pieces. Those are sitting up on top of there because they didn't get rid of any of them. They kept those. So just because.
So the pieces of slate would have come off. Did they shear off of?
No, that was.
They were formerly part of a foundation for a stone,
Gotcha.
for a monument. And I want to go through them and perhaps suggest we take some of them over and just put them in the historical collection. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any of them have markings on them?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well then, yeah. Pieces of stone from the. Well, that's probably smart because if we ever do the ground penetrating radar survey, and that does lead us to
Something else.
dig around and scrape off and uncover existing, monument that's laid down or whatever, we might find that we have the pieces for it.
Well,
So, who knows? Who knows? But I mean,
the
yeah.
things that are marked, the ones that I thought I could identify, I've already moved the stones over as footstones back to back with the headstones.
Right.
But I can't really tell what I mean, there's quite a lot of information on one of them, but I don't know whether that's really real or
Who it goes
correct or anything else, or whether it was just a scrap piece that somebody made mistakes on. Who knows?
Yeah, and that's
Right.
And they would have used it for foundation. They would,
Yeah.
because they wouldn't have
Yeah.
thrown it away.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing. So, at any rate, we're at some point we may do that.
Cool.
Okay.
I marked out up the North Cemetery the
Oh yeah, that whole row.
well, no, yeah, that hay field, because I'm going to talk to somebody about hay in it.
Lie down.
Get that top piece
Yeah,
back being used.
we like to hay it
Smart.
a couple of times a season if we can.
Yeah, at least once, and there's no someone will mow it, hay it. There's no, then people aren't wanting to mow it,
Yeah.
and that's a waste of awful waste.
The okay.
So that it is the field to the south of everything, right?
It's
It's the
west,
to the west.
going away from the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, behind the wall, out toward
Flat.
the woods.
Oh, hey, okay. Western field. Cool.
I had some of the had them take some shrubs out down the south too.
Oh, good.
Some big over towards
The overgrown stuff. Yeah.
some of it. It's not all finished.
Hey,
They took out some of it down there,
Yeah.
which
so
makes you can tell the difference, but you really can't when you go by.
is this around the headstones where there were some that were
Yeah,
really
they were
really
so
like
big
so-
and so
yep,
overgrown
yep.
that they just
Covering everything up. And also growing so big that they go off of the lot that the person owns.
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah,
Oh, big time.
Sometimes they go onto somebody else's lot, so
yeah. That was the
all of that has to go.
prime example of at least one of them. And then of course they crowd the stone. They can lift the stone too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I have something to report.
Yes, ma'am.
I finally had the nice sharp pruners and the time, and I drove by Mrs. Hastings' weeping mulberry tree one too many times, and I went and grabbed my brand new sharp snips, and I went back and I went after the
I saw that.
bittersweet. I went after the bittersweet, and I went after the renegade non-weeping mulberry that seated itself next to the tree, and I made quite a pile.
Yes, you did. I saw that.
I made quite a pile.
It's a huge difference.
And I seem to have I did not attract the attention. I was curious because I knew that I needed to send you guys a message. I needed to get it, taken care of. And when I drove by again, half the pile was gone.
That wasn't, I don't know who did that.
And well, here's the thing. So Basha Nelson and I took a ride up to the top of Sawyer Hill to look at the sunset last night.
Mm-hmm.
We came down Burr Road, we came to Pleasant Street, and it was, beautiful twilight, and we're talking and enjoying. And as we were coming upon the cemetery, there seemed to be a light at the Hastings plot.
See?
The Hastings plot, and we're like, what is that light there? And she's driving, she's like, oh, I don't know, and I'm like looking, I'm like, well, it looks like there's a person there, and then she's like, oh no, there's no person there. And we drive by, and I can see a guy in a red shirt and jeans. He's like standing under the mulberry tree.
Who's that?
So we turned around. It was Henry Pacific.
Oh.
Had seen me doing all that
So
work.
He dragged probably across the street.
And he's made numerous trips with his trash barrel, had gone over and cut up all the brush, disposed of it for the town of Berlin.
Good.
Late Henry.
Good. That's Henry.
Well, that's-
he
I thought,
would do that.
yes, it was lovely.
Oh, if he decided to do something, he'd just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And do.
It was very nice. It was, it was a spontaneous, voluntary process.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, it was very good. What we need to do would be smart if they could go in there with the Bobcat on the front side of the tub of the, it's broken, but the fountain tub is a big curb.
Yeah.
If they could go in with the Bobcat and take out, just some soil. Just take out.
Oh, it's inside.
No, outside. Go in and take out maybe from 3 feet out and 8 to 12 inches down, and just pull it away, and with it all of the roots from the bittersweet, because they're all right there. That it's a bittersweet plant that is.
Yeah.
8 feet from the center of the original tree, but it's all climbing up into the tree, and that would do some serious damage to its ability to all come right back again.
Boy,
And then just replace the soil and reseed it.
I know Buddy said if you cut them to the ground and you never let them come back, eventually they will die out.
This is true.
If because he had somebody.
I've done,
Overgrown.
that's what I hoped would happen the last time I cut it back. But plan B would be that, but we really have to cut all the stems down to nothing. A third way to do it would be to throw, a chain and pull out as much as we can with a tractor, and then throw the soil back in. So 3 ways.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are probably smart. We need to do one of them.
Yeah.
We need to pick one. So, but it looks so much better.
Yeah,
Oh,
it does.
yes.
So there's another issue, and that is the lowest branch that grew down into the fountain,
The tub
into the tub, and is now
all the way around.
10, 12 feet long, and the trunk of it is this big around entering the fountain. I know that there is a arborist method where I think you slice the bark, and you put you cut a little tiny wedge in the bark,
Yeah.
and you put rooting powder, and then you wrap it in a plastic bag.
Just like you would graft a tree. An apple
Instead
tree.
of grafting, you're actually getting it to root there and keeping the moisture around. You put some kind of bag around it. I would think you could use plastic. And then when it's got a nice root system, you separate it from the main trunk. And we have another weeping mulberry, and I'll tell you, they're very rare. So
I've never seen one other than that.
Yeah.
And I know.
So it's a project, but it would really be something if we could find.
Where would you put it?
Well, we could put it in north.
Hmm?
We could put it in north. We could have a weeping. We would have a weeping mulberry at the old burying ground. I mean, they were once very popular trees, and now they are
Very rare.
very rare. We could call the Arnold Arboretum. We could call Joanne Vieira, who used to be the horticulturalist at Tower Hill. I mean, there's people that we can bring in to help with this, but it's just kind of wonderful, and we should think about
Doing something like
doing
that.
something like that. And it might be worth to see if we get somebody who could, champion that, come in and take care of it. I mean, you and I could do it, but I've only read about it in books.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not like, let's get skateboards and go skate. You know what I mean? It's-
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I want
Let's
my
go-
first thing to be a rare weeping mulberry.
Go skateboarding on the ice pond.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Mm. So that's what I got.
I saw that.
Yeah.
We'll take that as a report of progress with suggestions for the future.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hello there. Good thing I got two hands, huh? Did the flowers? Did you order the flowers, Barry?
Yeah,
Okay.
I expect them on the 27th,
It's Saturday.
this Saturday,
Okay.
and by 9 a.m., so hopefully we'll be,
Okay. I'm off that. I took some vacation time
We'll
the
be
end of the
able
week,
to-
so.
plan them, and hopefully get a few other people to help that are around.
Okay, down.
Well, we've been fortunate.
Down.
with that so far.
Sit. Sit.
Oh, I got the two graves. The winter graves have been fixed, dug out and reloomed.
Got those done.
Those both are done.
Yeah.
Which was
Two graves from
The
winter.
winter graves have been,
They dug the gravel out that was dumped in and
Cleaned up
loomed, put in loomed and reseeded.
And where are they?
North. They were both at North. I also have down the south. There's a leak in the pipe, the water pipe, and I know where it is. I talked to Fred about it, and it's actually the same pipe that we wanted to replace before we paved, anyways.
in south water pipe, what?
The water pipe's got a leak in it.
It's leaking now?
It's not running. We shut it off. I know where the leak is. And it's the same line that was going to be replaced to do the paving. So it's not like it's an extra line, it's just the same one.
I mean, near the center driveway there?
Right, it bubbles right out of the center driveway. It bubbles right out of the driveway.
So we shut it off.
It's the part that hasn't been paved yet, and it's the part that the pipe was gonna get replaced anyways and sleeved, so we would never have to dig up the hot top ever again if there was a problem.
But we didn't do it.
We
It's
didn't
not
do it.
been done yet, no.
So now's the time to do it.
Well, that's,
Yeah, obviously, right. I'm just,
yeah.
I
yeah,
thought it was gonna be done 2 years ago, and I thought it was gonna be done a year ago, and I thought it was gonna be.
right. I know.
But then somebody supposedly fixed it and didn't need to do it, but now we've still got the problem in the wrong place.
It's a different spot in it. It's a different spot in the same pipe.
Sleeved.
Well, we're gonna press to dig it up and change the pipe and put a sleeve on it so that,
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Fixed, be just ahead of paving, just,
No, before, it'll be done
just,
before
yeah,
that.
that's what I mean, just before.
well, the thing is that those paving projects are starting.
So
I
we better
don't
get
know
this done.
what's gonna get done when. But, you know, they've done the prep at the tennis courts.
Yeah, and that's come to a standstill.
Hmm?
And that's come to a standstill
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I don't
for
know.
whatever reason.
Oh,
They've got a whole bunch of different paving projects in one contract. Tennis courts, the Highland Street, Randall Road, as far as Car Road, and a couple of other things, I guess, in diverse places. They're all in one contract, so it probably isn't all good to get done at the same time. But it is in a contract to get done this season, this summer.
I suggest we better get that pipe done ASAP.
Yes, I think that would be highly desirable, lest they get there trying to do paving and
We're
we haven't
screwed.
done it yet.
Yeah.
So,
Shall I make a motion to make that?
It'll get done.
I know.
you think that highway can do that for us?
Yeah, I've already talked to Fred about
Okay.
that.
Well, then
So we don't have to worry about it.
we certainly would like to do that. And if need be, we can pay some expense on it.
Well, I already have the pipe. I already have the pipe.
And what, oh, the pipe, okay.
Got both the sleeve and the
Yeah, so, yeah,
3/4 inch.
okay. Yeah, that's important to get done. As I said, I thought it was gonna get done 2 years ago and
I
maybe
know.
even 3 years ago. But
Yeah,
hopefully
well,
it'll
we-
get done now.
It was a discussion on the first meeting I was at.
Okay. I want to talk to the town administrator about renewal of the superintendent's contract for the next fiscal year. And I'm just gonna talk to her about having her pull out her copy of it and
Right.
so she knows what it's about. And see what she needs from us. I assume at our next meeting we'll vote to request that, but I want it, being as how she hasn't, that was done before she came on board
Right.
last year, I wanted to give her a heads up about it all. Is there anything that we think we need to change in that contract? I've got a copy of it in the file over here if we want to look at it, but
Off the top of my head, no.
no, I think it covered everything pretty well. And, but I want her to look at it because she's got to be involved in that whole process.
Sure.
So.
And if she has any feedback, then
Well,
we
that's
then we
right,
can,
yeah,
we
and
can
this is so
bring it all
that we're
together.
talking about it now and we can get it done before the
Can
1st
you,
of July.
can you email all of us? He's probably got his own, but can you email me a copy of it? I don't know if I have a copy of it in digitally, or is there someplace I should?
I'll pull it out and we'll make a copy.
All right.
Be-
I don't.
so you
I
can
don't
review it.
actually need to zip through this meeting. I have somewhere else to be. I need to polish this off and go
Yeah.
soon.
Yes.
So, but I did want to tell you that I went ahead and ordered some binder things. I think one was 26 holes and one was for 29, and so I bought some of each, and it turns out that one is like 10 inches long and the other is 8 inches long. So that was what it was. But well, I'll bring them and show them to you. I think they're going to work. I think we can make our own. They came with the little rivets to punch it through some board. So we need, Bristol board and maybe contact paper. Get down, you pest. Get down. Bristol board, contact paper. Make our own notebooks.
Yeah.
Easy, really. I mean,
Yeah.
you and I have done enough paperwork that we could fabricate lovely notebooks.
Okay.
So,
That's ongoing in terms of our record books for the
right.
burials and
And
various lots.
I will have had that conversation with you privately before our next meeting. I meant to do it today, but
Oh, that's all right.
I have been sick as a dog. I got whatever the general store people had a month ago. I got the awful stomach bug. And I just,
It's everywhere. One of the guys I work with,
oh my
his son
God,
had it and then he had it.
so sick last week. I'm okay. I'm not perfect, but I'm okay now. But last week it was not good.
I've only had the slightest amount of stomach, but I've had all kinds of other stuff, and I'm still got some bronchial congestion and stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well,
And it's been weeks. This has been weeks. This is
I encourage you to get some zinc gummies.
some what?
Zinc. Zinc gummies from CVS,
Oh.
because they you can chew them up. They're it's like the ones I have are elderberry and zinc. They're yummy, and of course they coat your throat and they send the
Worked on clearing that up.
yeah.
They probably have them at Market
Well, it's a good
Basket.
idea.
Yeah,
They have them
yeah.
at Market Basket too.
Oh, I've been eating the gummy vitamin C, and I've been doing vitamin B and vitamin K and vitamin D and
One of the guys I work with, I think he was
Cold and Seal.
a month or longer with a cold. He couldn't. He says you feel good, then you relapse.
Well, this
Well,
is
I was coming along pretty good, and then we had Judy's funeral.
and you
And
overdid
I
it.
worked that day, all day, doing stuff. And then I was kind of leveled the next day somewhat. And then, of course, we had town meeting. I was sick at town meeting, but we got
Nobody
through it.
knew.
And we got through it. And then I spent parts of the next 2 days in bed because I
Yeah. Yeah,
And but I got so tired those 2 days that I just
I totally get
You
it.
relapse. You relapse.
yeah, and it just came back on me in a big way.
I'll tell you, Lars. I'm never really sick. I mean,
No.
this COVID has kicked my ass repeatedly now, but I'm other than COVID, I'm not a sick getting person
No.
much. I'm never down for more than 3 days tops.
Oh no.
And on Sunday, he was so disgusted because I got sick on Monday night, and I've been, my brain's out ever since, like clockwork, like every hour on the hour. It's awful. Oh my God! And then
I've avoided that.
and then I'm exhausted, and so I'm napping every 3 hours. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm going back to bed. So by Sunday, he's like, if I had somewhere else to live, I'd go. Oh God! I hope you don't get it. I'm not taking care of you. The poor guy. So the 27th
This is Saturday.
is the Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. I will get that in my calendar and see if I can rouse some of my people to come help us. Maybe
Good.
Basha would like to
That's
help.
excellent.
Yeah, maybe Basha. Basha likes to dig around. Leave him alone.
What's the matter?
No, he's not here.
fine.
He's not in. Yeah. I know.
Okay, are we ready to adjourn?
Yes.
I have one thing.
Yes?
With the end fiscal year coming,
What?
with the end of the fiscal, you need hearing aids.
Yeah?
Fiscal year end.
With the fiscal year coming, instead of waiting till the 20th of June to have a meeting and see what we have for money, I'd like to meet on the 6th of June, which is a Tuesday, and see where we are financially, because that way, if we have extra money, we can figure a way to spend some of it.
Smart.
Is that the first
That's
Tuesday?
the first Tuesday.
We will not take the other meeting off the list. We'll just add a meeting.
Add
for now.
a meeting.
Yeah. Suggestion to add a meeting, is there a motion to have a meeting on June 6th so that we can,
Second the motion.
3 p.m.
June
To
3
consider
p.m.
our finances for the end of the year.
finance meeting. This
3
motion
o'clock.
is Seconded for 3 o'clock.
Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's a vote. Motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Oh,
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.